by interconnected global crises, rapid demographic shifts, disruptive technologies, as well as climate and environmental volatility that threaten both our livelihood and legacy. In this regard, parliaments must not now only legislate for the present, but also design policies with the future in mind. Strategic foresight is a forward-looking, long-term approach to policy making that enables institutions to anticipate emerging trends, risks, and opportunities, and to adopt more resilient, inclusive, and sustainable legislation. Anticipatory governance, Mr. Speaker, on the other hand, refers to the integration of foresight into institutional decision-making process, ensuring that laws and oversight functions serve not only the current generation, but also the generation to come. In recognition of the strategic importance of foresight in governance, I champion the establishment of the bipartisan Senate Future Caucus, which was born out of a collective recognition that governance must evolve beyond immediate concerns and short-term decision-making. We need a forward-thinking, proactive, and anticipatory approach to our governance that ensure Kenya remain resilient, adaptable, and competitive in the ever-changing global landscape. The work of this caucus is to ensure that our policies and needs today do not compromise the prosperities of Kenya's future generations. Mr. Speaker, sir, a sobering reminder of the consequences of legislations without foresight is the recent nationwide protest of June 25th, 2024. This young-led movement was not a spontaneous outburst, but a culmination of systemic neglect of youth, voices, economic pressures, and a deep disconnect between government policies and public sentiments towards the system. Had the government institutionalized mechanism for meaningful public participation and scenarios planning, we might have detected the signs earlier and acted before frustration turned into protest. Had we considered long-term thinking in our legislation proposals, perhaps we may have turned our appetite for unsustainable debt that has now pushed our tax Kenyans heavily to meet our obligation. Mr. Speaker, sir, as chair of the Senate Future Caucus, I'm proud to be spearheading future thinking within this House. The caucus has this past weekend held an impactful induction strategic foresight retreat in the Great Masai Mara Game Reserve, where we laid the groundwork for institutionalizing a culture of anticipatory governance thinking in the Senate of Kenya. The retreat brought together members of the Senate Future Caucus, including myself, the chairperson, Senator Professor Margaret Kamar, Senator Karungu Thangwa, Senator Hamida Kibwana, Senator Crystal Asige, Senator Gatayo Mofaya, and Senator Wakili Hilary Sigei. Other members of the Future Caucus included Senator Moses Kajwang, Senator Abdul Haji, Senator Richard Onyonga, Senator William Kisang, Senator Kidhuri Murungu, Senator Abbas Sheikh, Senator Professor Tom Ojenda, Senator Captain Ali Roba, Senator Beatrice Akinyi, Senator Eddie Gisheru, Senator Edwin Sifuna, Senator Mohamed Chute, and Senator Wamatinga Mohamed. Nonetheless, sorry, I beg, Wamatinga Wahome, not Mohammed. Nonetheless, there is still a lot of work required to establish a formal legislative framework for foresight while ensuring institutional commitment and accountability. Across the world, parliaments such as Finland, Uruguay, and Philippines have embedded futures thinking into the legislative architecture. These legislatures have equipped their institutions with foresight tools, conducting scenarios planning, and engaging experts and citizens in shaping long-term agendas. Legislatures that have embraced foresights don't just react to crises, they anticipate them. They don't just manage problems, they create opportunities through their legislative proposal. They can better allocate resources, understand the long-term impact of laws, and ensure that legislation is robust enough to withstand the test of time. In this regard, Mr. Speaker, Kenya must not be left behind. The Senate, as the upper house of Parliament, must lead the way in innovating our approach to governance and ensuring Kenya takes the lead on the continent in institutionalizing foresight. In fact, Mr. Speaker, I attended a highly acclaimed UN Summit of the Future, which took place last year in September, and heads of states from all around the world were in attendance and made commitment to safeguard the interests of future generations. During the summit, Mr. Speaker, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto, pledged to embed foresight across all levels of government. This is an important commitment to which we must hold him accountable. Mr. Speaker, I take this opportunity to applaud the senators who participated for their forward-looking leadership and commend our partners, the School of International Futures, the Westminster Foundation for Democracy, and Longview Consult, notably Dr. Katindi Sivi, for their steadfast commitment to capacity building and global best practices. I also thank the Senate Liaison Office for logistically and institutional support. Mr. Speaker, the lack of structured approach to foresight, however, risks us passing legislation that may become obsolete in the short term and failing in our duty to protect future generations. We may overlook warning signs that could protect our economy, environment, and our people. Ultimately, we risk governing reactively instead of proactively. I therefore propose the following concrete steps to embed foresight and anticipatory governance in the Senate. Number one, amendment of the Senate standing orders to formally recognize foresight as a core component of legislative process. Number two, capacity building of all Senate committee through technical training in foresight methodologies, including horizon scanning system thinking, and scenarios development. Number three, strengthening the Senate Future Caucus with adequate technical support to research and coordinate foresight approach across committees. Number four, enhance the role of Senate Liaison Office to conduct futures-oriented research and policy analysis. Number five, training of Senate staff across relevant departments to institutionalize futures thinking and subsequent improved support of members of this House. Number six, Mr. Speaker, drafting of legislation in this House with due consideration paid to intergeneration fairness, as well as mandating pre-legislative and post-legislative scrutiny with a foresight approach. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is not just about procedural refinement. It is a paradigm shift. It is a necessary transition from reactive transitional leadership to proactive and value-based governance. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Senate of Kenya must lead foresight to safeguard the future of this republic and the inherent of Kenyan future generation. And finally, I therefore urge all honorable senators to support this agenda, not just for us, but for the generation whose voices are yet heard, the Kenyans of tomorrow. I thank you.